completely off the wall. This shakes things up and makes every check valuable. Speaking of really valuable things, the satellite uplink. So now we know that Starstorm is a reusable item because this is actually the bazooka. I want money for that, so I'm going to write that down for later. Shop. Go, machine, go. 2 seconds of the run, man. Well, we're early enough, so we didn't really miss anything. Absolutely didn't miss anything. I was just wandering back up to go onto the UFO. Welcome back, one and all. You are not wrong. It feels like such a technical limitation. I guess they want people to actually sleep. Alright, so Summers is going to open up a lot of shops for us. Again, because of shop sanity, we actually need to check them just to make sure, because this could be really good stuff, and we won't know until we get there. The music is randomized, pretty much everything is randomized, but that's how we actually play this game. With complete insanity. Kraken soups are vanilla, that is interesting information. There's a single target full heal that can come in handy later. But I'm looking more for large pizzas. 8,000 Diadem Kings, yeah. This shop is always double priced. Generally don't want to buy stuff from there. But if we're drowning in money, potentially, that could be a thing later. And there's our friend, the popsicle guy. Quite a slumber. What the... Okay. We're gonna go in this little house right here. Talk to this random guy. And he's gonna give us a number to a place called the Stoic Club, which is a place where you can just philosophize and talk about nothing. It's like Seinfeld, except it's in a game. We're going to save because we haven't saved actually at all, and we're going to call Stoic Club. Just need to call once, don't need to do anything, and they will just... Yeah, coins of slumber are going to be useful. For chicken. Chicken. Early enough, I will sell the chicken. Alright, so if you talk to the NPC that normally lets you cross the sea to Scarado, you can actually see what the boss is. Guardian Mole. Okay, that is actually really easy. Awesome. It's easy, especially since we have spellcasters in the party. We're gonna go in here, talk to this old lady. Art cat. Technically not part cat. They're just clip-on ears. The lore is actually being a mermaid, not being a... That's the closest thing I could find to fins. We are going to have some of this delicious magic cake and pass out because apparently we just got food poisoning from eating a cart full of cake. This is Winters. Alright, we have the bubblegum from Jeff, so we know this is in logic. So we are going to hold off on the boss until later, because even though this is very canon early, I don't feel do that just right now. I'd like some equipment first. The Winter's Drugstore. Jeff sneaks out of here in the vanilla version and gets this for $1. But if you don't want to, you can just get it for free. A jar of fly honey, that does nothing for us right now. Some pretty nice gear. I just have no money for anything right now. Silver bracelets are nice. I will not buy anything higher than that until I find the legendary 3-in shops, assuming I do find them. Because the other bracelets are really overpriced. We have the ability to go ground teleport. We're gonna go beat up Boogie Tent because that looks like our first option. So something you may be asking yourselves, chat, is where exactly are all the random encounters? Because this game is normally pretty heavy on them, even in the vanilla version. I skimmed those down quite a bit, because we're going to be focusing more on the exploration, the adventure, and frightening bosses that we cannot do any damage to. Neat. We're going to see if we can stun lock them, and throw the crystal at it. And we missed. That's not good. Okay, cool. So that ended up being Psychic Wave, which is pretty interesting. I didn't mention all the spells have been randomized, including Jeff's items as well, which are Heavy Bazooka, the bombs are randomized, the bottle rockets are randomized. It's all nice and random. And what do we get for checking in the garbage can underneath the tent? Diamond! Okay, fun story. Let's go turn that on. That totally wasn't a scary boss at all, right? Right? We got some levels out of it, which is the most important thing. Even though we had to use our early game nuke item. And poor Jeff got completely beat up. Like, felt really bad. Yeah, there's no heals for him. So XP and money have been adjusted to the fact that we don't actually have any sort of random encounters whatsoever. This is not full bosses. There is some spawns that we have to deal with. Literal diamond in there. Diamond in a garbage can. Alright, so we're gonna take that diamond real quick and we're gonna go turn that in because... Actually. I think butterflies will give you 20 mana back to everybody in exchange for a little bit of your time. Take that show ticket, so we're gonna take this diamond, and we're gonna help our friends, the not Blues Brothers, the Runaway 5. Something to keep in mind, this is actually something that works in the randomizer. You have to go behind the counter to actually give that to her. Unless, of course, I am wrong and chat is free to correct me. Instead of seeing the next concert, you actually get to see Venus, who these flags are named after, the Venus Special. And this is the carrot key, so that's another dungeon access. Still looking for gear, though, because I have no offense whatsoever. We do not want to go on that bus, because it'll take us all the way back to Threed, and we already have access to it. Even though the power's out, the phones still work, as does the ATMs, which makes total sense. In a more recent version, the escalators were actually sped up, which, you know, gotta go fast. Alright, we're gonna fight whatever this boss is. It's Trillion-inch Sprouts. Hey, it's a fairly easy boss. Attack slugs, we know that this is actually going to be roughly easy, but Jeff is useless right now. We rolled Psychic Rocket instead of Psychic Freeze, and that we have pretty good early game offense. And now we know Paula is in behind Yogurt Dispenser, which now we have to be on the lookout for. They're probably not going to find it for a little while, so I'm going to make do with what we got. Minor League Bat. I'm going to go with that for now. What else we got? The Casey Bat is bad because it whiffs 75% of the time. Have a little bit of baseball cap. We are trapped behind an item that we just probably not going to find anytime soon. Great Charms! These are actually really nice, except for Psychic Rocket rolled onto Pooh, so I'm not going to buy them. The Saturn coins I do want, however, which is completely invalidated the baseball captain. Saturn coins are really strong on defense, and you don't have to spend that much money on them in comparison to some of the other ones, so that's pretty good stuff. And I'm going to go ahead and grab copper bracelets. Again, I'm not going to buy anything more than silver bracelet. The toothbrush vendor is right there, so actually I'm going to remember that too for later, because we're going to mean a little bit. Repel Sandwiches, I already know where those are. A toy air gun, I do need some on him. Put it on. Alright, secret shop. Quartz crystals. Star bombs are pretty good too. But I'm poor, so I don't. For now. Top Sandy 2, you're gonna have something. The Holmes hat. She's selling snakes. That's what happens when you reach your hand into the cart, you're gonna get bit. Alright, we're gonna save up here real quick. And we're gonna head on to the next area, so... Northside came in pretty early in the randomizer, so Moonside should technically be somewhat free. I do want to restore mana. Pretty poor, so I may not be able to fix this actually. The struggles are real. How much? 225. Just barely. We have a poverty seed early, folks. But we are rest, relaxed, and more importantly, we just got a refund. Because whenever Jeff has broken stuff in his inventory, he tends to fix stuff. And he always starts, not always, but most of the time starts off with a spray that rolls into a random spell or effect as well. Which this one just rolled in a vanilla defense spray, so we're gonna sell that, make some money. Which I actually want to do here before I go into Moonside, because there is no sellables in that dungeon. Here, have that. F doesn't believe in sleep. I mean, considering how late it is right now where I live, everybody is technically sleepy. Which is fine. Let's go ahead and head on this way. Sometimes you have to use the walk button to actually maneuver your way through stuff. Because this game likes to hang you onto things because you're not usually supposed to run through them. Welcome to Moonside. Moonside to welcome. This is a pretty fast check, but it's going to be a really lag check. It is also 1:30 here. You have to talk to this guy who is waiting for someone with a gold tooth and eyebrows because he is going to just, you know, hang out with them, I guess. The Hand-Aid, that is similar to a Kraken Soup where it is a full heal for a single target. Unlike Kraken Soup, though, it can actually be used on two. I just bought those. Okay, so we know by the junk that is available here that this is going to be an easy boss because the items are progressive except for 5% of the time. Or it could be literally anything. Also, good morning. Welcome to... we have a Guts Capsule, which means I'm going to use that and get stronger and roll more crits, maybe. So something to keep in mind when you're going through Moonside is everybody talks in reverse. Yes is no, no is yes. Yeah, I can't actually say the words backwards, but I can say the actual words backwards. The Anime Kings, we can actually get that later. Nothing else right now. Nope. There you go. See, even reverse menuing is pretty complicated. So the invisible guy that we just saw in that room right there is basically Navi the Fairy, except in invisible form. He is just going to constantly spam you with random blurbs that is actually the clue to actually telling him to take it to this guy. Ooh, they just leave you. It's just good because Navi is annoying. Hi, Everdread. How are you doing tonight? This is, as I did not mention previously, this is going to be a random boss. Counter Psychic. But, you know, random rockets. Because Psychic Rocket is really good. So in order to finish this game, we're going to have to deal with 4 sanctuaries. These are places that you have to find 8 of in vanilla. We only have to deal with 4 of them. Usually one of them is completely never used due to how much it's being gated behind. That is Lumine Hall. That is free zombie paper. Neat. That is progression, because that does open up Saturn Valley for us. So let's... yeah, Psychic Rocket is really good. Alright, so zombie paper. Welcome back to Threed. It is pretty dark and gloomy here. What better way to have more dark and gloominess than dropping zombie paper on a floor in the middle of a tent? We are gonna sell something, which is that spare copper bracelet we had. Devil Charm protects against, in Randomizer, pretty much nothing. So sadly we have to use up some of the money we just got from destroying that boss, and we have to go spend the night here again. But the good news is the bosses provide the majority of the money for these flags since the random encounters are so few and far between. The Venus Special Flags, as I call them, are basically a value what you find because it may not be there the next time set of flags. All these zombies are attracted to the zombie paper. If you want to see something funny really quick, I will go ahead and show that to you. Also, the game randomly gives you newspaper clips whenever you talk to somebody next to the door when you wake up in a... There's a little bit of vanilla fun right there. But yeah, they're all freaked out and wondering why they're outside. That's a lot of zombies. That's a lot of lag too, I keep going in that tent. I just wanted to show that to you guys because we're just here to have fun and speedrun and play games. I totally hope you are all enjoying SNES Super Stars. It has been a wild week plus that we're going to be here for you, and we are coming up towards the end in a little while, but we still have a full day before that, so prepare to just stick with us for the rest of eternity as another game I want to quote. I am going to zone those off. I do not want to deal with ghosts right now because ghosts are evil. So in vanilla, you can totally trick the rock candy in combat to give you pretty much unlimited stat-ups as long as you have condiment items. I do not do that because I just waste a ton of time. Just more coffee. I mean, some of these shops sell cups of coffee. This department store guy, who is actually a joke boss. One of the meme bosses in the game, so we're just gonna bonk it. And by bonking it, I mean getting hit in the face with fire. Because turn order. Yeah. Alright, that opens up Saturn Valley for us, which we have the jar of fly honey in our inventory, so this is actually where we're supposed to go next. Electrospectre. Oh my... Oh, that's nasty to see in any way, shape, or form. Everybody's selling DNA things today. Also forgot to mention the music is completely randomized as well. Because why not randomize everything? I was trying to randomize the palettes and everything for the backgrounds, but the randomizer said I was just being too much randomized and it wouldn't do that and still let it work, so I had to drop that. Speaking of dropping things, bye Protractor. Yeah, the music's randomized, the enemies are progressive, which means the enemies you would see going through vanilla in the game are going to be the same rough power levels that you would see. Better than what he had. The zip gun is still pretty bad offense, but for where we're at right now, it's actually pretty good. This opens up Saturn Valley as a teleport. More importantly, this opens it up as the place of where you have to actually finish the game at. I'm going to rest up here because those are not Mr. Saturns, those are all Tessie watchers. Tessie is a wonderful creature of the lake we have not met yet, but we may have to later. Save there real quick. I'm actually interested in shop checking, really, even though it makes more sense to do it on the way out. Did I mention loose items? Yeah, this game actually has some if you want to enable them. That is one of them right there. So the thing about loose items in this game is they can or can not be holding easy things behind them. This is totally Earthbound, aka Mother 2. I like how they actually didn't keep the Mr. Saturn like text. They just made it into some really like legible stuff for people. So peanut cheese bars are actually really strong heals for the majority of the early game. I'm actually gonna... No, I'm going to hold on to the deluxe fry pan as long as, in hopes that we actually get yogurt dispenser before. I'm also holding off on Sanctuary Dungeons, not for as long as possible, but I would like to include Paula in that XP so I don't have to potentially drag her to Max. I actually have Max Mana. I feel so low. So we're going to wander over to Belch Base. Unlike vanilla version, you do not have to wait 3 minutes in front of it, which is actually pretty. Shoutouts to the devs for taking that feature out. Something in Randomizer, something in Earthbound, is there are several spots that are really great for bathroom breaks. This is one of them in vanilla, because you just literally wait there for 3 minutes and do nothing but sit there. Welcome to the Belch Base Arcade, apparently. Great Sword of Kings, thanks. That gives Pooh a sizable offense increase, also ups his accuracy a little bit to like vanilla levels. Because I've seen him miss before extending his early evasive. Hyper Beam. So what do we got in the trash cans today? A free flame pendant. That is going on somebody that can actually... Oh. And we're gonna give the Great Charm over to Jeff. I think I'll have a little bit of extra speed. Repel DXs are really nice. We're gonna want a few of those within the game, but I'm probably... hold on to that one for later. Idle Capsule. I would love to see this for Paula, but... sadly not the case here. Secrets are good game design, waiting isn't. I mean, you're technically not. But this game, for its time, was actually incredibly friendly towards... speaking of things that are not friendly, here is Electrospectre, which this fight is actually terrible. This game is really friendly on whether you need to get up and AFK for any reason. I'm gonna throw that star bomb. Bad news. I am gonna have to deal with doing stupid things. That is actually a really bad idea. Fortunately, I actually found a secret earlier. Which, if I don't get the revive on that, then I'm probably gonna have to reset. I forgot that was a power shield and not a regular shield. That was on me. Let's not do that again. Okay, now we're actually chilling. You would preferably like to see him use Neutralizer, but it looks like he rolled Offense Shower instead, so... he won't wipe out his own shield, unfortunately. F in chat for chat. Yeah, we get a lot of levels because 9k XP is actually really good early. Also, burping is gross. I'm gonna throw that out there. The Mr. Saturns have been in here so long, they just up and died. Also, F to Mr. Saturn. And now we're just gonna take one of those little rest breaks. And watch the stinky stuff off. That is a unfortunately redundant... that's gonna happen though. Or God. Not wrong. So we opened up the ability to actually go to Twosome. I'm gonna do that real quick. We have a lot of dungeons open to us right now, but I'm still hunting Yogurt Dispenser. I might do the Signed Banana in the off chance that the Signed Banana is actually going to turn into the Yogurt Dispenser. It's actually happened to me before. And it's completely screwed my runs over, so... sometimes just like a paranoia check. Defeating Master Belch will actually free Threed from the grips of Zombieland and let you use the buses again. It also makes the Wad of Bills completely redundant and useless now. Sorry, money, you're completely worthless in this game. Some nice, chill, and comfy bus music for you to listen to. We're gonna pass by an item box that I may or may not be interested in later. It's pretty out of the way, so I generally try not to check that one as well possible, unless I'm desperate. So welcome to Tucson. We're gonna be visiting Apple Kid in just a moment. Actually, we may need food before that. I mean, you can say it 3,000 more times because it's still gonna be true every last time. Welcome to Tucson Desert, apparently. I'm looking for food items that are off. I don't have any. Which is unfortunate. I have to look for food real quick. Uncomfortable levels of comfort. Let's check out this department store. Again, Shop Sanity 2 makes these all worth checking, because you never know what you're going to find. A double beam, for example. Probably not going to buy them. And sometimes the NPCs will just get stuck, because they're not smart. Right. Neutralizer and Offense Shower may roll into other spells as well, so they're not exactly as good as you think they are, so I don't know. Little bracelets are really expensive, so heck with that. This department store is actually bad. Would you like to actually come and take customers? Oh, now you... No wonder you were hiding in the back. You have the Repel DXs, which we're gonna be... Yeah, I'm gonna update my... Head this way. Okay. Yeah, Repel DXs we're gonna need for all later. Reason why we came in this hotel, we are actually considering hitting up this old lady for money. It's a businessman in the vanilla version, but, you know, randomized sprites are fun. You spam talk to them a whole bunch, like Navi, and they just pay you to go away. Free $50 for doing nothing. If only that worked in real life, right? Alright, so... Disgustingly uncomfortable boss. Yeah, that's pretty uncomfortable. I do not want to do that right now. I do want to go and buy the food that I actually said I was going to buy in here, but I didn't. I completely spaced out on that, so that's going to be just a slight bit of loss here. Give me anything. Bag of fries. Here we go. So, these particular NPCs right here I am talking to are extremely valuable because they do not offer to buy stuff for you. You save so much time selling stuff to these two NPCs. There's one also in the department store. If you have a lot to sell off, those are the best NPCs in the game to actually do. We have plenty of money. We have $200 applicants going to actually take for us. So let's go ahead and give them some food, which... It's okay to be cheap with them, because in vanilla version you're not going to have that much money anyways, so... Hi, buddy. He apparently doesn't shower either, which is actually pretty concerning. Free IQ capsule. IQ capsules will boost the mana of yourself. Or whoever you want to put those on, depending on what spells you rolled and what slots, that need may change. I just threw it on us because healer. So the Franklin badge is actually incredibly solid defense. Not gonna be... It's super useful throughout the game, but... I think it's just more valuable later on than it is in the beginning. So... My checks are not good right now. I'm going to go do something really fast. In my opinion, it's faster to walk this than it is to do anything else. If you take the Runaway 5 bus, you're going to get stuck going all the way to 3 again and getting dropped off. Oh, don't do it. I'm going to walk into the desert. This will allow us to actually teleport into the desert. We're going to go check to see what the moles have. Yep, Franklin badge, always a good thing. It reflects lightning and it sadly does not reflect magic butterflies. See, look at that, they're just everywhere. Abominations of magic restoring evil. I say this because they like to sneak up in the back of your party and then take the longest animation ever to get to the front of your party to heal you. Alright, so welcome to Dusty Dunes Desert. This place you get heat stroke in a lot. Rip. You have the yogurt dispenser. Okay. Yeah, we're doing this. 5 plague rats, though, is actually kind of scary. I'm gonna hope they they rolled really low defense. Alright, Shop Sanity 2. Strikes again, right? The magic can't bat. I'm going to be right back. I should have enough money to do this. I love Shop Sanity. Like, so many flags in this game you can just tinkle around with and just have a ton of fun. As the third loose item, the Book of Shyness. That is not going to be useful right now. Might later. I had to walk all the way there, but it was totally worth it. It's free magic camp bat for money. I should have enough for that. Oh yeah, we got plenty. Sometimes going really, really fast with your X smashing just bites you in the butt. But sometimes menuing is going to be like a little bit repetitive, more than it should be, but that's only because of how fast. What do you got? Never buy Meteorium, it's absolute garbage. How did you both get Sunstruck? Not gonna worry about that. So all around the desert, you're gonna find treasure chests, including one in the middle of the desert too. Violet Serum, that is unfortunately useless. Speed Capsule, actually really good. You rolled actual shit though. So wandering around the desert, getting Sunstruck a lot because our levels are low. It seems to be based off the Teddy Bears, Abominations of Evil. Yeah, let's meme. Contact lenses. There is an NPC in the game that actually wants this. They generally hand over junk, but I'm willing to meme a little bit. Which reminds me, speaking of memes. That's where I believe I saw toothbrushes. Alright, so we didn't find any gear here, which is unfortunate, but we have enough of that magic camp bat, so we're going to trivialize absolutely everything right now. Yoink. Maybe not. Your inventory will fill up a lot in this game very, very quickly. I can have the money like that. The devs are really nice to include the ability to sell stuff at vendors that normally wouldn't if you were actually exchanging items one for one. Hard hat. Or did you have coins? I forget. Yeah, you did. Okay, that's actually described. The good news is, though, because we're actually getting garbage... Did I buy it? Yes, I did. The for sale sign. This incredibly wonderful item actually works in most dungeons. You can totally sell stuff, and people will just run up, braving all the danger for your deals. Which... and that. Hi, Mo. But it's a mole rat, you know. They're all named Rufus. We are going to trivialize the heck out of all of them because we have Rocket. We have Rocket and a Magic Bat, so you know, we're just kind of chilling right now. The offense spritz, that is going to be a single target offensive up, which not amazing, so whatever. There are 5 moles in here. I'm actually going to feather that one, yeah. Alright, so now that we know their health is that low, I'm not gonna like data. Crumple piece of paper. Massive amounts of damage. You're not wrong. Oh, that's a tree. But fortunately, one of the things that actually tells you how dangerous a dungeon is, A, the boss HP, B, how much money you find in chests. The fact that we saw $656 in that chest means that is not a dangerous tree. If that was several $1,000s in that chest, I would actually be really mortified right now. Okay, 1,000 is still pretty low. So I just got pizza for the chat. It's been sitting there for probably a long time. You'll probably still eat it, right? That is a useless key item that is loose, unfortunate. But yeah, Water Bills is completely redundant. So, desert box pizza. Enjoy. I don't know what the toppings are. You probably want to check before you get it. We should have plenty of space here for these. These are the exit mice. There's a flag to actually turn these into, like, almost like fast travel mice. I never have tried those before though, so I can't exactly tell you how it works. But I do have a flag set to where there's only 6 of them in the game. They do not respawn. I generally don't even ever use 6 anyways. Mother Nature's refrigerator? I mean, unless you're in the desert, which underneath sand is actually kind of cool. That's not nerdy. We don't need a protractor. We're actually going to walk these exit mice out. I do not want to use them up here. The good news, we actually got the yogurt dispenser we were looking for, so we can actually start doing dungeons. This guy randomly just teleports in by spinning, because, you know, spinning from the sky means you're probably not from this planet. Especially anybody that likes to say fuzzy pickles. That is pretty disgusting. Those are the things that are actually in your fridge for far too long. Pretty gross. We're gonna go ahead and rest for free here instead of paying money. But that is our yogurt dispenser we needed, which is our next stop. Actually, our next stop's gonna be the department store to offload all that stuff that we just picked up. That's a lot of money. We'll be using most of that money probably to over-prepare for the actual final bosses. Hey, man. There's actually a really nice caveman in an area that we may not be going to. Let's see. Hi, lady. I heard you were looking for yogurt. Here. Missed opportunity healing item. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised, because there is a generate food flag for the PK Scramble randomizer, which you can totally check out online. Not a light up link. Yeah, that I'm actually gonna find that. Or not. But he has toothbrushes, which is a lot faster to get to. Even the teddy bear is sledding. That is also true. We are going to get rid of the offense spreads. We're not going to use that. Pilot Serum is worthless. It specifically only targets one status effect, so yeah, it's not good. Water Bills is junk. We're gonna go ahead and grab a Call to Mom, which is gonna let us to Escargot Express, which is our ironically fast delivery and pickup service for storage. It's kind of funny a name with Escargot Express is generally here within like 30 seconds. I want you to get rid of Police Badge right now. Look at Shyness, we're not going to use anytime soon. And the Wad of Bills we're never going to use. Well, see? He's in there in just like under 30 seconds. What do you got? The Brain Scrambler. I actually want one of those later, so I'm going to actually write that down. The Brain Scrambler is useful for one boss in the game. It is the confusion item that we have. Here's your contact lens. Here's your toothbrush. It's stinky. Gross. I mean, I am actually going to... Let's use stinky toothbrush. There we go. I wouldn't like do it normally, but let's use it. I'm just gonna forget and buy 4 toothbrushes later anyway, so it doesn't matter. Because toothbrushes are the most important meme in PK Scramble, and you will find out why later. Up we go, Monet's Holy Tower. The first elevator will take you to the 47th floor, which is free access to anybody. The maid that we gave the Trout Yogurt dispenser to is the only one that can get us into the 48th floor, which is actually where we're supposed to go. Alright, big bucks, no whammies. In vanilla, there are sentry robos here. They're actually pretty scary. Let's not get any spawns, hopefully. Okay, pendants. Those are decent protection, but they're not amazing protection. It's better than nothing. Silver bracelets. Actually, I haven't practiced in a while, but I don't know if the for sale sign works. I don't think it does. Electra having a useful healing item for once is pretty nice, though. And we have Robot Car Painter. Joke's on this guy. We have Magic Ant Bat. And we have really, really strong Rocket for no reason. They're simply okay. Yeah, exactly. For $1,000, they're okay defense. You don't really want them for the final boss rush, but they're okay for the rest of the game. Because, you know, they're just okay. So we are not in go mode despite having the character that actually lets us finish the game. Oh. Thanks. So yeah, that just gave us go mode, actually. The pure irony of that is really shocking. What happens when I open my mouth? Weird things happen. Anyways, we have Paula now, so it's just a matter of finding gear, and then we gotta go do 4 dungeons. We have toothbrushes on 2 people. Let's grab 2 more. We're gonna use the stinky toothbrush, chat. This is gonna be great. Just wait. We're gonna give that deluxe fry pan to her so she can eat at least. So it looks like the remainder of the seed is actually going to be one massive gear grind, which, you know, isn't a bad thing. This is technically what the speed gaming community would know as a jet seed, which I rolled this literally 5 minutes before we started, so just the luck of the draw. Here we go, this one. I can't argue luck. I will not argue or question or devalue how luck is. Where is the side banana? There you are. You'll notice I didn't actually rest before I went to this dungeon. That's because this dungeon has a butterfly room in it. So we can actually control our mana that way. Bag of Fragonite. The bag of non-Pokemon, aka Please Don't Sue. Oh wait, Nintendo. They're both Nintendo published. Speed Capsule. What spells did you roll? Oh dear. Yeah, you're getting all the speed capsules now. Where'd it go though? That's right there. Now for something I didn't mention, how Rocket works. It's based off your speed. The higher your speed is, the more accurate the actual spell is and the more damage it deals. You're gonna see me dump all these speed tabs onto her. I also want to grab a Great Charm or something. Which I still have. I do actually. Yoink. Oh, all is good now. Nintendo ripped off Nintendo. Technically. Oh, this is horrifying, actually. We found a winner. I shouldn't be here. This is not one of the first 4 dungeons of the game. Oh boy. I'm gonna have to nuke, or I die. Scary stuff. That's also scary, too. Paralysis is probably something I cannot cure yet. We're gonna run away from this one in front of us. This is likely Dungeon 5. Or Dungeon 6 even, because of the enemies that are actually in it. Because we have the progressive enemies flag on, meaning enemies will scale up. There it is. Actually, before I use that, I'll check. Oh, you do have it, sweet. The enemies will scale up, depending on how difficult the dungeon is. I was going to meme in here and use the toothbrushes in this dungeon. I literally cannot now because I am actually frightened for my life. This is the butterfly room, we just didn't get a spot. Oh god. You're shattered, man. Yeah, I'm... Oh. Oh boy. We're gonna attempt this boss since we're already down here. I'm not gonna like it, but we're gonna attempt it. We have 2 rocket users, so we should be okay if I just, you know, hit the gas from the very beginning. But I need one more. You're gonna see me, like, zone off the rest of these enemies by using screen transitions to remove them. Because I don't want to deal with another demonic petunia. Cup of regular noodles, not that good of a healing item. Cup of life noodles, best ramen. There's pretty much any status problem in the game, including a 100% revive chance, which is critically important. I'm actually gonna exit this out of here. Oh god. Help. Oh my god. Well, this is a thing. This is a thing, chat. I need to get rid of that. Oh my god. Seriously? I'm flipping. Oh boy. I'm gonna be quiet actually, I need to pay attention. Okay, now we're safer now. It's still bad, but we're safer now. Dead Teddy Bears, Volume 1, I think? You'll forgive me if I go back and actually use the healing room after this, I hope. That's 2 dead teddy bears. Wow. This is probably Dungeon 6. This is what happens, chat, when you follow a loose item. You can get drawn into the infinite, horrifying rabbit trail. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I'm going back to the healing room. I can't do that. Oh my gosh. This is the Venus Special Flags, aka the you should probably check what's in a dungeon before you do anything flags. I'm actually gonna use that cup of noodles from there because there you go. That was it, except that wasn't a boss. That was a random encounter. Because in these flags, when enemies want to actually gang up on you, they do choose to. I have been clipped before. Not clipped, but screenshotted. Certain person in chat actually did this once. I had 8 loaded dice on my screen, which are enemies that generally call tougher enemies, except they kept calling loaded dice. And they were 100% scripted to where they only just spammed call. You could... oh my god, not again. You could not get rid of them to save your life. This is... oh, shit. This seat is cursed, and I hate it. We're gonna use the healing item, the healing room again. I hope you don't mind, we're basically hugging that room now. Which thankfully it just wasted a turn, so we're safe. Still doesn't make this any better though. This is not what I was expecting out of these flags, but you know what? This is the Venus special, and this is what we apparently signed up for tonight. Oh yeah, you got really beat up. Alright, let's hope for no more spawns. That are right next to the door anyways. I mean, it's technically Commentator's Curse, right? Oh my goodness. Okay, we're full. Let's see how long that lasts. But yeah, loose items generally aren't in logic by default, so they lead you into tougher places normally. Are you 5 or 6? 5th, okay. This could have been much worse than it is. Okay, yeah, this definitely could have been much worse. Everyone say hi to Frank. See how long he says hi back. Bye, Frank. And this is the power of extended PSI shuffle. Because you get to do things like that. And take out bosses you have no business taking out. That is our first sanctuary at an hour 7. There's also a lot of XP, which is actually something we needed, so... So, Magnet Hill is different than other sanctuaries because there's actually key items behind it. So we're gonna grab this Hierophant copy, and we're going to... I think if I have access to the... Yes, I do, okay. Remember, the exit mice are not going to respawn, but I do have access to 2 more right now. I'll go ahead and use that to get out of that first dungeon. It took everything in my power not to scream at that. Like, scream in abject terror, not scream in frustration or anger. Let's find somewhere that's less scary than that, shall we? We're gonna go... Since we're pretty much able to deal with this boss now, we're gonna deal with that other statue that says, hi. This is normally Everdread in vanilla version. This is Nightmare. Boy. But it just swapped defenses, so yay for us. Ah, you just sit there. I love when Nightmare swaps defenses. It's so good. Doing things you're not supposed to do. This will give you a key item that's probably definitely not in logic, because we've been following the rabbit holes for a while. Tentacrout. Okay. Good news about Tentacrout, we can actually use it. Bad news, it does not normally... Oh my. This shop is loaded. Oh. We have goodies. The rain pendants are not, like, the ideal item, but... Yeah, you can have that. Yeah, we were not supposed to be right here, right now, fam. This guy's selling microwaves. Normally just a banana vendor, but with Shop Sanity 2, it's an actually useful check. Magic puddings. Okay, that's what's writing down. And large pizzas. That's actually that's a really good vendor. I want to go to... Let's go get rid of the Tentacrout, because Tentacrout is stinky. We don't like stinky things in our inventory we can't get rid of. But the reason why the bonds are so low... Yeah, this is absolute junk. Is because we want to actually, in these flags, value dungeon dives and item checks for money instead of just wandering straight through. Holy crap, that's terrible. Also, the reason why I'm still checking chests in this zone, there's a 5% chance of something being amazing. So every chest has value in these flags, potentially. What capsule? I heard you like Tentacrout. Here, you have this. Yeah, large pizza is one of the best healing items in the game. Except for Pooh. Pooh doesn't care for it, because he's crazy for some reason. Teleport to a net. Not in logic, so probably horrifying. I want these charm coins, but I'm gonna grab that fry pan. The French fry pan is the third best weapon for Paula. Technically, like, probably the second. Oh, she had a regular fry pan. I wish she wasn't doing it. Best promoter, John. I've been holding that copper bracelet for a while, I noticed too. Okay, yeah, we're good. So, we just opened up Onet. Onet is not in logic, but we're gonna actually look around because there's no enemy spawns in the middle. There's only enemy spawns in the arcade and outer section. We're actually gonna be safe in checking this and potentially finding something good. And as I say that, I find someone's nasty socks. Gross. Arcade check. Those are somewhat easy bosses. That is Frankenstein Mark II and Clumsy Robot. Which Clumsy Robot is kind of annoying because you can't really use rocket on it, but we have bombs, so that's okay. Spectrum beam. How much money do I have? Oh, we are loaded, holy cow. This is what happens when you fight enemies you shouldn't. You end up with a truckload of money. Things that I shouldn't have actually done lived through those encounters. Everyone's selling spectrum beams for some reason. You can have one, I guess. Alright, so we are not in logic right now. We're still down the rabbit hole. This is a free check. I'm going to actually use it. Because what can possibly go wrong, right? By doing things out of logic in a randomizer. A tiny ruby is all the way back inside. We're just gonna chill for now on that. Did you know, chat, if you play the vanilla version, you can actually get a really awesome item by sneaking into this clubhouse and talking to this bald guy. I don't know, I guess he was there to talk about staying in school, because he's apparently the school principal. We already have a talisman ribbon though, so that's extra. Famous last words. Yep. I am not gonna stick with the whole rabbit hole thing here though. Look at that meteorite piece. I had meteorite piece since the very beginning though, pretty much. Hi, Dr. Ananauts, what are you doing here? You're here to help me out, right? So giving the meteorite piece early will enable us to check not only for a little random item, which is usually like a horn of life or a cup of ramen. We can also get a teleport or potentially a spell out of this. Hello. Oh, it's meme time. Meme time. Totino's pizza is gross and not actually pizza. He asks for memes, and we give him pizza-related memes because his name is Tony, and you know, Tony is a pizza company too. Or at least a pizza brand. Now that we've actually done that, though, let's go ahead and grab ourselves whatever this teleport magic is. And always stay hydrated, chat. Stay hydrated, get up, stretch, relax. Teleport to Magicant. That's actually really nice. In these particular flag set, I was highly debating between making Magicant Forced. I did not this seed. But while we're here, we can actually do another dungeon. Doing another dungeon and probably getting stuck with the photo guy again, yeah. Yeah, photo guy is going to just interject himself into this conversation on the way in or the way out, unless you have teleport anywhere flags on. Because he's kind of a jerk like that. Him and his very out-of-date pickles. Oh wow, this is like dungeon 1. Never mind, it's like 3. So the good news is about Milky Well Hills here, this is an extremely short dungeon. Here's literally that one cave, this little outer area. A night pendant, I actually... So night pendant is something that protects you against flash. Flash can instant kill you, so we don't want that to happen, obviously. It needs to go on as many people as possible? Look at all uplink. Nice one shot. Is everything okay, chat? Is everything okay? I hope it's okay. I hope you're all doing okay here today. Vanilla Casey bat drop. That is a jump up. But yeah, that was dungeon 2. So hopefully you all are doing wonderful this Sunday morning here on SNES Super Stars, live on SpeedGaming. That is a cockroach. Gross. It's gonna be awesome. I'm glad to hear it. I'm glad you're all having a good time this wonderful Sunday morning. And there's plenty more to come after this run, so don't you worry at all. Let's see. I'm gonna sneak down this ladder. And we're gonna bounce out of here, going... Let's go check what the tiny ruby opened up. Let's follow the non-logic train somewhere, shall we? Because we're just having fun here, because... I could technically finish with this gear, it would just be a really rough endgame. I need to open up more areas and show you guys more of the randomizer that the devs have done an incredible job with. Welcome to Summer's Museum. There's a Mr. Saturn here. Got the tiny ruby on this guy. In vanilla there is 2 fierce shattered men in here, which are kind of horrifying. A pencil eraser does some stuff for us, I guess. Out of logic, so... Let's go to Scramber because that's actually in logic. Let's get back on the logic train, shall we? I don't remember what this boss was, but it's gonna get just obliterated. Oh yeah, Guardian Wall. So, if y'all want to watch Psychic Rocket some more, and who doesn't want to watch Psychic Rocket? Because a mana-based multi-bottle rocket is totally not busted in any way, shape, or form. Let's go destroy this boss. Because we're still looking for gear, we're still going to try to get ourselves bulked up more than we are now, because, again, my gear is pretty flimsy. We have a total of 3 sanctuaries available to us now. One of them is out of logic. I really should have turned magic into required, but I was worried about it being a little bit overestimate. It's a balanced-ish. Hi, Mole. Here's surprisingly not 5 of these. Here, have some thunder. I guess Nest needs to feel important too, right? But Paula is just completely stealing the show, so... God. Did you know that Sailor actually helped us by throwing his shoes at it? I didn't see it. All I saw was a giant multi-bottle rocket going off. Alright, so good news about opening up Scramber. There is a lot of shops here. Welcome back to the desert. You're not gonna get sunstroke inside town as long as you're on the sand right here. I got the secret shop. Oh, wow. Pay dirt. Sea pendants are the second strongest neck piece in the game. They protect against virtually everything. We are going to just buy a ton of them. The sailor tried. That is also true. Very, very true. Okay. Bedroom. We are drowning in money because we went out of logic, so... we're just gonna chill and buy, like, second best elemental resistance in the game. I don't want to sell that just. Oh wait, you have Moonbeam, right? Yeah, let's buy that instead. Pretty good shop. Even with shop sanity, this is actually not a bad shop series to buy from. It looks like these rolled fairly in the middle of logic. With sea pendants, we are at a very comfy position to start dealing with like higher level bosses. Oh my. Speaking of really, really good items. Yes, I will fire sale pretty much everything. We're gonna move some stuff around. There you go. Goddess bands and souvenir coins is just an amazing find. And we have the money for it because we did things out of logic like a crazy person, accidentally. Because that's the power of Randomizer, right? Yeah, this actually rolled kind of now that I'm thinking about it. Holy cow. Hi, what do you got? Large pizzas. That's actually good too. I think I saw them elsewhere, but I'm gonna write this down because I forgot to write down the other ones. I'm stuck. That's what the block button's there for, though. Yeah, this guy is usually not amazing, but he has Horns of Life, and then it makes him actually worth remembering for later. Alright, so we have Hieroglyph Copy. Scramber is technically a logic, I think? Let's go do what we need to get done, and then we'll worry about frivolities. Let's go here. Because thanks to really obscure psychic rocket rolling, this turned more into a showcase of the randomizer instead of the actual, like, challenging rando that I was expecting it to be. But some seeds you just get Psychic Rocket and Psychic Bomb, and then other seeds you just get really crappy things like Thunder. Which is what Ness's ended up being for his Psychic Special. This has to be Dungeon 1 because this was open at the very beginning of the game. Which actually rolled vanilla music for a change. It's kind of weird. Hello there. Oh, poor Shroom. I feel bad for you. I don't really feel bad for him, chat, don't worry. He's gonna get out of this misery really quick. Sometimes you roll PK Poke. I mean, if I had a Psychic Pokeball, that'd be pretty awesome. So yeah, we've got time. Let's go check out some of the other dungeons that you wouldn't normally get to see in most seeds. I'm not sure why I'm ignoring all this stuff. Because, you know, there's a 5% chance of everything being good in a chest. That is worse than Magic Ant Bat by a long shot. Great Charm. That is not very great anymore. PK Apocalypse. If your offense is high enough and you ambush something, or sometimes even if you just engage it in a straight fight, so you can auto-win the fight. You can't auto-win ambushes in this game, no matter how hard you try or how often, like, how your offense is. Welcome to SpeedGaming 2. This is PK Scramble. My name is Lyra, the Retro Gaming Analyst. It's an honor to have you all here tonight. Thank you so much for the raid. We really appreciate you all being here with us this morning. We found ourselves a Jet Seed, and that's all I'm gonna say because I don't want to spoil the rest of the VOD for you guys. But we are happy to have you all here tonight. Here's the Kira key. Newsman. This is Dungeon 2. Here's the question. I'm gonna fight trash. Yeah, this game was really ahead of its time. And did you know if you actually got the game originally, you also got a wonderful player's guide that was pretty colorful, nice and shiny. And more importantly, it had scratch-to-sniff cards that actually range from smelling decent to smelling completely awful. And if you guess what the actual smelling awful one was, you actually got a mock pizza air freshener, which I actually had growing up. You know what? We're gonna meme here. This is what we brought the toothbrushes for, chat. Radio Starman Deluxe, the scariest alien imaginable, the power of clean teeth. And we just got a free turn for doing that. I remember getting that, I think it's for my 13th birthday, and it was like 95 when this came out, so I would have gotten that for like my birthday or Christmas. And that box was so huge. I didn't know what it was because the box was that freaking massive, and I hadn't seen it in a store before, so I wasn't expecting it. I miss that guide. I don't have it anymore. It did not survive the test of time, unfortunately. That is our 4th sanctuary, so we are technically for real in go mode right now, but again, I could turn this into the world's biggest PB and be done within 2 hours for me, or I can just hang out with you guys for a while and show off more of the game, which I am more than happy to do until somebody tells me to finish. My estimate was actually expecting the worst, because that's what really like good estimates are for speedruns, but this is a randomizer and anything can happen, and anything did happen today, so we are gonna show off all sorts of this stuff. Magic Hand. I probably could have rolled this into 6 sync and actually still been ahead of schedule based on this luck. I just healed. So Magic Hand is actually one of the best places to actually menu in the game in terms of actually storing a whole bunch of stuff. Because you can just call it back whenever you need to. Unfortunately, I haven't been like over preparing my menu, so I actually have some room. There's a shop in this tower right here. Which I can leave that. Oh yeah, the hieroglyph copy. The test suit that I ran right before this, Pyramid was actually the equivalent of what Magnet Hill was in terms of difficulty. And I had a terrifying experience in that one too, so... This game, if you are out of logic, can punish you, as we saw earlier. I'm kind of scared if zombies are in my dreams and giant puddles of stomach acid. And random fish people. That's kind of creepy too. So welcome to the Sea of Eden. This is a normally terrifying place in vanilla because you are normally alone. And this place has a bunch of enemies in vanilla that will completely obliterate you if you are not careful. It gives you what's called flying men, which are NPCs that have insanely high speed that will normally take a bunch of hits for you to enable you to survive. But we just got lucky today. That's all it is. Crystal Charm. Not as scary as it would be. This is where you start seeing really good stuff and really good uses of orbital uplink or whatever you happen to roll. Because free Starstorm, it's a little bit undertuned, of course, because of how the randomizer actually scales your spells, but having it at will infinitely is more going to make up for that than anything. There's another orbital uplink for us. But yeah, there's all sorts of horrifying things in this dungeon in vanilla, like the Carefree Bomb, which is the scariest enemy in the game. Anybody who has played Earthbound will know the terrors of this place, and it's an experience, I can tell you that right now. Okay, they're actually kind of tanky. I think I'll just spell them instead. Recovering HP, chat. Always recommend. I guess you can just sit there and just let all the work taken care of me. So moles start off with Psychic Shield Beta on themselves. I'm gonna skip the last one. Which is a Psychic Power Shield that will reflect 3 hits on you. There are ways of dealing with it. If you use Thunder, it will instantly knock the shield out. If you use Psychic Rocket, it's going to knock the shield out because it'll knock the boss out. But yeah, we got good. What happens here in Randomizer is instead of having the super strong nest that you get in vanilla, it gives everybody a +10s to their stats. And a bunch of XP that scales depending on how many sanctuaries you roll for and other factors. So that's Magican at 1:39. We still got time to go, so... Where do we go next? Let's check out more out of logic. For some reason I'm thinking I actually start the pencil eraser. No, but I'll take the plate sponge. I can take most of this stuff and use it now, actually. China's book is going to be at the long end of stuff, so I'll show it off if we have time. In about 20 minutes or so, I'm going to start preparing. Let's go... I don't want to go to peaceful route. Here's, I guess. So our weapons aren't amazing, but everything else is pretty comfy. I mean, Goddess Bands are the best armband in the game, and then Sea Pendants are the second strongest elemental resistance in the game. Charm Coins, which I don't think I actually bought. Unless I had Souvenir, never mind. Souvenir is the best in the game. Charm Coins are the second best. No, I just healed. This is the best cutscene in the game because you have about 45 seconds to just get up, stretch, hydrate. As I mentioned earlier on, this is SNES Super Stars, 10 days of Super Nintendo games because people of all ages can actually enjoy this system, and there's a lot of memories to be had for us older folks that have actually grown up with the system. But there's plenty of new memories that can be made with games like Earthbound, Chrono Trigger, Mario RPG. There's so many quality games, and yes, even some bad ones that are on the SNES, so If you haven't tried out the SNES, the SNES Mini is the thing. Switch Online console is pretty good. SEO's best lake monster. I don't know if dinosaur would technically be accurate or not. We're basically just here just to chill for a bit. So. Show off more of the game that we have not seen. Pencil eraser. In vanilla, you won't have that the first time. You will be forced to go through this dungeon, which they wanted me to come here a lot earlier because that was a breeze to shopping lady. Handbag straps are useful for actually freezing targets. They don't do any damage though. Psychic caramels were started between 10 and they work on anybody, even Pooh, who is normally allergic to food. Horn of Life is worthwhile, it's one less to buy. It moved over here. Luck is a mysterious stat that can actually affect a lot of things, like preventing instant death rate, along with your death. Hi, Brick Road. Give me a free night of sleep, sure. In the randomizer, he is actually just pretty much going to stay there. In vanilla, he disappears after the first time. Yeah, this is going to be a really early dungeon. This is probably 4, I think. Overzealous? Never mind, this is like dungeon 6. Which fortunately our gear can actually take care of. Sun Guts Pill. It doubles your guts. If you manage to find... Hello there. If you manage to find a Gutsy Bounce, which can be actually delivered through Mock Pizza, you can actually take advantage of a huge swing that will just pretty much give you infinite. And just let you blast any boss in that. But you know, we're kind of just immortal, because we found sea pendants. So generally for 4 Sanctuary, which is what this is, level 35 is... like 35 to 37, that's what the final boss would actually roll into for stats. We're technically on par with what we would actually be fighting right now. $1,700 damage. Glorious. Yeah, and absolutely no reason to take on this dungeon other than just say we visited Rainy Circle. We met the dinosaur, we met the campers on the other side, we talked to Mr. Brick Road, and we blasted the Kraken to oblivion. Should I? Sure. And I just upped my no problem here counter. Cool. So in a normal randomizer seed, you would actually find yourself unlucky coming down here because of how long it takes to get down. Alien crystals. We technically don't need whatever that item is. It could be Hawkeye, though. Hi, what do you got? The actual police badge. So chat, you now have a police badge, so you can pretend you're the law. That's pretty, Pog. We have time to do this dungeon. I could show off the abridged flags here. Actually, wait. I cannot. I don't have a eraser. Never mind. Came down here for no reason. Oh well. I'm used to doing 8 syncs, so it makes sense for me to actually have that by now, but we're still just chilling, so let's head on out of here. Let's get ready to scramble. You are not wrong. I apparently scrambled my head process thinking I was actually gonna have a racer for that. Hi, Sphinx. You know, I did a goof. I didn't check this vendor. Oh my goodness. Well, we know this place is kind of scary. Op's pretty nice, though. So based off of progressive enemies, this would be pretty far along. Because that stuff would normally be in Stonehenge base. But that means the stuff in Stonehenge base is actually scarier than this. This is nightmare, like Magicant level stuff, actually. I forgot there was a diadem that I can buy, but I don't. I was going to miss out on that. So question marks can be one of many things. It can be something less dangerous, like Mr. Molecule, or it can be absolutely horrifying and be a carefree bomb. Oh, you're just gonna... anyways. Ant! Oh, we found the good stuff. Alright, so not even a gigantic ant and a couple of ghosts can stop us, because we are all powerful. Yeah, carefree bombs are probably the scariest random enemy in the game. Because all they do is just, like, throw bombs and super bombs at you non-stop, which in Randomizer actually gets randomized to something even more horrifying generally. Yeah, I do not like carefree bombs. I have very bad PTSD from that enemy. Oh yeah, Psychic Rocket is so good. What do we have here? Key to the shack. That does not... I was hoping it would be Hawkeye so I could potentially go through Deep Darkness, but... doesn't seem like it. I didn't take the butterfly because we're about to go get healed anyways. Because once you leave this area, you not only get a psychic spell check or a teleport check, but You also get a free heal. Top is usually pretty loaded. It is definitely loaded. Yeah, the thing you want to know the most about Earthbound Randomizer is inventory management. A lot of stuff you're going to end up dropping. You have an orbital up, please. We don't need a second one. Legendary bat. I wish it was Gutsy bat, but I didn't check it. Oh, this is getting more and more scary by the moment. Good news about soul-consuming flames is they have incredibly low defense. Bad news, they spout a lot of fire. So welcome to Brick Road Dungeon. This dungeon is actually pretty awesome because it has free heals everywhere. And a lot of treasure chests. And there's even a doctor's office with the full complement of medical staff if you need anything. And there's even an ATM there. Like, what is not cool about this place? Besides the fact it's out in the middle of nowhere. Fire has a glass jump. I mean, fire is used to help make glass, so it kind of makes sense, right? Alright, chat, we're doing this. Where is it? Free the chicken! For you, Ancient Cave, Earthbound Randomizer fans. $1,800 is actually not a lot, considering the level of stuff that's in here. Like, we already saw dinosaurs, so it's actually fairly endgame. Goddess ribbon. Glorious. I should check the stuff on the bottom floor too, but I can just do that on the way out. And the star pendant was actually the best in the game for that, so. And we're full on stuff again. Here, chat, eat that. Have your picnic lunch. This floor lags a lot because there's a lot of enemies here. They won't attack you or anything because they're technically a petting zoo. But you know, a petting zoo in the middle of a dungeon just seems like it's not going to get any like people that actually come here to at the petting zoo. So it's unfortunate. He's not going to get any business out here. Exterminator spray is just money, we don't need it. So what is the craziest game of all time if not for having a Yellow Submarine reference? I will go with that excuse. That is actually really, really good. Alright, so that takes care of all of Scramber. We are logic locked technically because we don't have the Hawkeye. I don't know where it is. And the game has a very bad habit of not letting you progress even if you know where you're going in this place. For whatever reason. Here's an inn out of the middle of nowhere. It's a hotel in the treetops with monkeys running it. And they just let you stay for free because, you know, monkeys need money for some reason or another. Kids love the Beatles. Exactly. You're not wrong. Not a terrible shop. Actually a pretty good shop. I just already had all this stuff from other parts of the scene. I'm actually kind of, like, kind of weirded out the fact I'm actually selling a souvenir coin back, considering how good they are. Oh. Did I buy from here? Okay, we're still in show-off mode. We have pretty solid amount of times. Actually, no. Now that I'm looking at the according to the schedule, we have about 20 minutes for the next round. So actually should. So let's go. Let's put ourselves in buy mode now. So buy mode is basically get rid of everything possible. Either by selling it, going to Magicant to offload it, which is what we're going to do right now. Cast Enlarge animal and anything that's not already a monster. Enlarge is a great second level spell that nobody uses. At least I believe it's second level. Yeah, let's get rid of all this junk. I had both police badges on. I didn't even notice that. That's fun. Trying to make as much room as possible. Much higher level version for almost got you. We're gonna keep the Franklin badge on us because that's actually gonna... The Star Bomb is okay, but it's not gonna be good. Let's see. Pasta summers, yeah. We have large pizza access, so we just want to go bunch of those. We're gonna keep the sudden guts pill for now. Oh, there's Dan. Dan normally calls it about the 2-hour mark. Just to let you know, hey, it's probably a good idea to take a break, because this game was actually really conscious of your time back then. And I'm gonna go buy a bunch of items that I wouldn't normally hold on to, since we're approaching the end of the run. Yeah. The pony knows you have treats and now it's much bigger. That's not the person I was thinking of. At least I don't think it was. No, you have the uplink. Never mind. Yeah. The bakery had an item we actually put off for a long time. And it's the wrong bakery. I'm actually thinking of the outdoors bakery. But Foresight is so big that it has multiple like food places. We're gonna hold on to that for a little while. It's gonna have a couple uses coming up. Okay. Kirkland Park was where stuff that I had was. So good practice if you're newer to the randomizer and you're approaching endgame. In the PK Scramble randomizer, there is something called the Repel Sandwich. This is a really important item. You want to at least make a note of where the regular ones are, but you're preferring to see the DX versions. We're going to buy 4 of these. I only use 2 of them. The other 2 are in case of backup if I ever wipe, which is actually kind of hard to do. We gotta repel the X's. I know I saw large pizzas around here somewhere. I think they were in the park. I mean, dumped everything in storage, so we don't need to sell off anything. We're not hurting any more for money, at least. We've actually been in a pretty good position this seed for being able to afford stuff, which doesn't always happen, even with the amount of money that you have for settings. Alright, pizza. So we're gonna put Mock Pizza out of business. That is our life goal here. Try to like spread your healing items out though. Make sure you have a couple of revives on everybody, and then spend on pizza or whatever else you find. For endgame, braid food lunches are really solid when you have lots of money. Large pizzas are good. Kraken soups are fine. Braid food lunches are probably the top tier though, because they restore mana and HP. And it's the only thing that works on Pooh that he actually likes. Which is, you know, kind of a hard thing to actually remember. remember where I saw the data things, but I sadly do not remember. Hi, Buffalo. Anybody for wings? Alright, so once you've made all your preparations, you can head off to Saturn Valley. If you remember the Saturn Valley shops from earlier, there's an additional Mr. Saturn or whatever NPC is in there that'll give you a addended third shop once you've gotten all of your sanctuary requirements done. Which normally sells decent stuff, but it all depends on how many sanctuaries there are and what it actually rolled for items, because you never know. Now, I mention this every single time. Earthbound is a game that has some photosensitivity stuff. This is the most concentrated version of it right here. If you are photosensitive, I would just look away from the screen for a little bit, and I'll let you know when it's safe, okay? We're almost done. And welcome back. It is safe to look back at your screen. We are going to start making our way out there. This is what the Repel Sandwiches are for, to avoid every encounter in the Cave of the Past, because these encounters are normally terrifying. So we just skip them. Repel Sandwiches DXs will eat up 20 seconds of no encounters. The regular ones will only eat up 10 seconds, so you'll want pretty much like 4 of those for every 2 of these. Sprays from it. It works! I mean, we're like, what, 1,000 years in the past or something like that? I forget the exact time frame. It's like 1,000 or 2,000 years. But yeah, final check. Make sure all your items are spread out the way you want them, because revives are important. We're going to be using... Yeah, we're good. Alright, so in the Ancient Cave Randomizer, this text can be randomized. In PK Scramble, sadly, it is not randomized text, but it is randomized bosses, so this is our flavor of the day. Nice, Starman Jr., which is actually pretty free. You'll fight him for phase 1, and then you just kind of run away after that. We're going to Psychic Shields and just go on the offensive for now. I think I forgot to move the Franklin badge over to Paula, but that's not super critical. Good news is you get the best like battle song in the game, because we actually rolled vanilla music here. There you go, that's phase 1. Alright, that's phase 1, which is probably the scariest one. Phase 2, you can just go ahead and floor it. This is what you brought everything for. Sun Guts, Bill, whatever. The bags of Dragonite are really good here. Let's see. Orbital uplink. The other bag. Where Earthbound crashes and wipes your save level copy press. Oh no! Okay. Let's see. Phase 3. Phase 3 is pretty simple. We have life up on. We're gonna start praying. And seeing a lot of people spinning. Chat's girlfriends just said hi for us. Oops. Okay. Let's backtrack a little bit. We are on phase 4 now. You want to start praying here constantly. This is where you brought the Brain Scrambler for. Everyone else is just dead weight. So the people that pray in PK Scramble are randomized. We got a bunch of fish praying for us instead. And all those pizzas are kind of invalidated. You mostly have them in case you don't have life up Omega. And now you're just praying for yourself? I mean, that's pretty random, isn't it? We'll go ahead and heal the chat. Heal chat. That's what we brought the pizzas for. Rain Shock will confuse Gygus and potentially make it attack itself as long as you can attack it back. Phase 4 and 5, you do not attack it at all except for praying. Chat, no more tears. We have a game to finish, right? Electra the maid, she likes trout yogurt for some reason, because for some reason Pokey wants that because he's weird. He is a very strange kid. Girlfriend, indeed. I mean, it did say chat's girlfriend, so I guess that's its own clip, right? And the DLC! The Casino Brothers that we passed by earlier have prayed for us. You can stick $1 in the machine and just watch them spin. It's actually kind of hilarious. And in Randomizer for PK Scramble, there's actually random items that are inside of the slot machine rewards. All his preschool kids have prayed. First call will get absorbed by the darkness in phase 5. The menus kind of glitch out here, and you will stop seeing whatever is left over in that turn. But it's only for that turn. It's something that's in PK Scramble, and I haven't seen it anywhere else, so... And there we go. Like, even with all the goofing off that I did this entire time, I was only, what, 5 minutes off my PB, technically? I could have been done, like, probably like an hour and a half, but I just wanted to hang out with you guys some more and make sure we got all the time caught up and everything. As much as possible. Alright, time is not technically until... depending on whether you use RT timing or not, the end of the credits, or if you don't use RT timing, the time will stop after we see this crazy Willy Wonka trip right here, and just watch Gygus's CPU crash. But yeah, this was easily like a 90-minute seed, which on these flags is absolutely insane. Something I was absolutely not expecting, but that's Randomizer, right? There we go. Now, let's show off everything in the seed. So PK Scramble adds in the four-side theater, the Topola theater. All of the characters just walk across the stage, show you where everything is. Thanks for the GG, much appreciated. I appreciate y'all being here, more importantly, because you guys are what give me this wonderful feeling that I have being up here late at night and just hanging out with you guys after all these years we've spent together here on SG. Technically, I've been here since like 2017, so every bit, every day we're here together is a wonderful day. We're gonna see memes here at the end of this particular section. That signed banana was a total bait. Let's talk about that for a second and that ride we went on. Pro tip, loose items are dangerous in Earthbound PK Scramble. Oh gosh. That was some fun moments we had together earlier in the run. Oh wow. Yeah, Shroom went boom. See what else we got here. We're slightly overleveled for some of this stuff, underleveled for more of it. It's all randomized, so who really knows until you like turn on progressive enemies and read the logic. We even did an extra sanctuary that we didn't have to do because we were just having fun. Oh yeah, that nightmare was kind of funny too. Funny to look back on as we move on towards the rest of SNES Super Stars. So, in PK Scramble, you can actually adjust the levels of pretty much everything. For the purposes of the marathon itself, I chose to cap it at vanilla level 70, but as you can see, there's stuff that spawned over it. And you get to see all the times that you went through the dungeons. Oh my god, that Magnet Hill was so scary. When your first dungeon you go into is a dungeon that's way above your pay grade, it just creates moments like we had tonight, everyone. No bonks, that's good stuff. And you remember those toothbrushes that we actually saw earlier? Guess what? You remember to brush your teeth. So, if you forget to brush your teeth on any character, which, heavens, there are some seeds that do not have toothbrush vendors or toothbrush drops, there is a different ending for whoever doesn't brush their teeth. Which, I'm actually not going to say what it is, because I want you guys to experience the game for yourself. There are beginner casual flags, there are racing flags, which were something you actually saw earlier in this marathon. This is a modified version of Dr. Saturn's flags, aka the Venus Special, that I've named it. It is an adventure every single time you randomize this game. Or if you're really into like all sorts of insanity, there's also the Ancient Cave Randomizer that you can totally check out. So, the Earthbound Discord. That is, I believe, earthbound.app. PK Scramble is pkscramble.com. The Discord link is actually in the credits for this, I believe. But yeah, the screenshots that you would normally get in vanilla are going to be way different here because they're actually just random screenshots. We are going to validate the run after this credit sequence is over. Yeah, there's actually a house you can buy in this game if you have like $75, like $100 extra, which we ended up with a bunch of money, so. That is the, like, it's kind of funny seeing how you actually buy a house when you're like maybe like 10 years old. Sunbathing in front of Dalam Palace. We didn't get to see Flying Man. The other checks that were available were in Deep Darkness or the Key of the Shack. Let me try to remember which one was which. Okay, Flying Man was in East Forest Valley. Alright, let me go ahead and wrap up stuff. Again, my name is Adley, the Retro Gaming Idol. I have one more run coming up later today in about 12 hours from now for Jets of Time, Chrono Trigger, Randomizer, which will be a race between myself, Ozzer Kale, and St. Bon Chester. So this is not my final run. You've all been absolutely amazing, and I appreciate y'all being here. Please stick together with me as we watch the rest of SNES Super Stars together going into today and tomorrow. I love you all, chat, and I hope you all have an amazing, amazing rest of your year. As I say, class dismissed, but really, stick around, and we'll be here for you for the rest of tonight. Let's see. Get you guys a Discord link to the Earthbound. Oh, there it is. Here we go. Just in case, it's it should be still a valid one in the credit sequence. That is. That link will work for a week. So if you want to hang out with the Earthbound community, please come join us. A lot of fun people there. People like you and me just enjoy the speed running in general and just overall randomizers and insanity. It's also a community Discord for Earthbound in general. There's also Ancient K, stuff like that. Everything's in one place for you guys. Yeah. Totino's pizza is nasty, by the way. Don't eat it. It's not actually pizza. Oh, jeez. Let me see if I can... Oh. I just want to pet the dog. Go faster, game. And button masher right past that, sadly. It's timed. Apparently you just have gas through the door. There you go. Dog validated. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, everybody. It's been an honor and pleasure as always. I'll see you all on Earthbound Discord, and I'll see you all for the rest of SNES Super Stars in chat. Stay tuned, everybody. You're all amazing. Love you guys. And girls, and everyone. Good night, everyone.